Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the subscriber contracts. And today's contract, overstaffed, set in Dartmoor. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a go at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of Paul Anderson 37. So moving on to our briefing, Thornbridge Manor has too many staff. Please make these 5 redundant. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them. 2 must be eliminated whilst disguised as the mansion staff, 1 via electrocution and 1 via drowning, and 3 must be eliminated as the bodyguard, 1 via pistol, 1 via jambiah, and 1 via garden fork. We also have only 1 exit available to us. We can only eliminate our targets, no bodies can be found, we cannot be spotted, and we cannot be recorded as our objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the mansion staff. We're going to have the jambiah stored up in the library, and we'll be bringing with us an magnetic gas grenade and a remote micro taser, along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to retrieve our curvy knife here, and then we're going to make our way into the entrance hall balcony area and outside of the building and up the drain pipe just to our right here, and this will take us up to Alexa Carlisle's bedroom area. And our first target, who is one of the housekeeping staff within, there he is. He currently has his back to us, so we can duck straight in through the window into the bathroom. We're going to drop our taser on the floor by the sink. We're going to overflow said sink, and then we're going to turn on the gramophone across the room here to attract the attention of our target. And while that's playing out, if our timing is correct, there is a young lady in the staff room here, and we're just going to render her unconscious just so that she's not in our way a bit later on. And we're going to try and hide her in the closet before our target arrives, which we failed to do, and our target can see through solid oak. So we got very lucky there. So once the target has turned off the gramophone, he will then be distracted by the sink. He's taking his time about it. He's not very smart, this guy, although he does have X-ray vision. So once he gets to the sink, we're just going to drop our body here and activate our taser, and that will be our electrocution accident taken care of. Now we do need his body to be found and removed, and the sink to be turned off and cleaned up. So while we're depositing this young lady here, we're going to then head out of the room into the main corridor and into the study area, just as Alexa Carlisle and her bodyguard make their way into the bedroom, and hopefully one of them will very shortly spot the body, and we can just wait right here by this wall with our gas grenade in hand. And once everybody has cleaned up in the other room and our target makes his way here, we can then throw our gas grenade at his feet. He is the drowning accident, so we can then wait for him to make his way into the bathroom. As you can see, we are walking quite casually, quite slowly, and we will get here well before our target, who is going to take the longer route, but he is also taking his time about it. So eventually he will end up in the bathroom here, and once he makes his way to the toilet, we can then casually walk up behind him and reintroduce him to whatever meager breakfast he has been provided with. So once he's been dealt with, we can then take his outfit and we can now move on to our final 3 targets, who are all located in the garden section of the grounds. So we're just going to head straight there and avoid the enforcer on the entrance hall balcony area. And we're going to need a couple of items once we get out into the garden area. And the first item we're going to need will be a melee item of some sort, something we can throw. And there just so happens to be a shovel right here. So with the shovel, we're going to make our way over to the bushes, which were just off to our right. And here is our next target. Now this gentleman is the pistol kill, so we want to get him into the bushes. So we're going to throw our shovel into the bushes over here. That will get his attention. We're going to pull out our silenced pistol ready and waiting, and once he's finished checking in, we can then wait for him to enter the bushes, and when he does, we can then get behind him and wait for the prompt to come up, which we've just missed. There it is, and we can then plant 2 in his back, and we can then leave him there. So we're just going to grab the gun that he drops. That will come in handy, although we don't actually need it. His gun, there is another one available to us. We're going to make our way to the rear of the greenhouse, and just beyond the hedges here we will find a park bench, and on that park bench we will find a garden fork. Once we have that, we can then return to our previous target, and he will be very closely located next to our next target, who is on our right on the other side of the hedge. There he is, and he is the garden fork elimination. So he's going to move to a new position roughly where we are on the other side of the hedge, and once he stops and is in position, we're going to throw our garden fork just on the floor by the hedge there. We're going to retrieve the garden fork and move a safe distance. That will get our target's attention, and when he comes around to investigate, we can then position ourselves perfectly behind him, and we can then stick him with the fork to see whether he is done or not. And since we have stuck him with the fork, he is definitely done. So we're just going to quickly grab his body and hide him with his colleague in the bushes here, and then all we have to do is make our way across the hedge maze past the pond or the fountain, and we will locate our final target, who is the photographer. Now he has a guard next to him at present, as you can see, and we're going to remove the guard so that he doesn't get spooked by any sudden noises or things like that. So we're going to take the gun we've collected and we're going to place it on the floor on the path here, nice and visible, so that anyone passing will see it without any glasses or anything like that. It will stand out a mile. Once our target moves away a little bit, we can then throw our garden fork on the floor near the gun to attract the attention of the guard here. And it turns out that this guard really should be going to Specsavers, as he comes around to investigate, and he walks right past the gun, practically stands on top of it but cannot see it. So we're going to have to wait for him to lose interest. There he goes, and then we'll throw our garden fork on the floor once again, re-attracting his attention, and hopefully this time round, when he comes to investigate, he will spot the rather dangerous firearm lying unattended on the floor, which he doesn't. So this guy is as blind as a bat. Maybe he should start using echolocation because his eyes clearly do not work. So we're going to pick the gun up and we're just going to reposition it somewhere. And he saw that. That he saw. He noticed we've dropped a gun. He managed to see us drop a gun through a hedge, but he can't see the gun on the floor. This guy really is blind, and IO need to do something about fixing their broken NPCs, as there are an increasing number of them. So we're going to throw the fork once again, and the third time is the charm, and this time he has spotted the gun. He will now do as he is supposed to do, and he will take that gun away, although it has cost us our timing a little bit. Not too much though, so we're just going to duck down, and when our target moves away from the fuse box, we can then throw our garden fork for the final time. That will get the photographer's attention, and when he comes around to investigate, we can select our Jambaya and crouch down once again and launch that at his head while he's near the crate. That will eliminate our final target. We're just going to quickly hide him in the crate, and then all we have to do is to make good our escape, and our one and only exit available to us is the bridge exit. So we're going to make a beeline for that before any more broken NPCs manage to see into a crate and find one of the bodies. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and I do enjoy coming to Dartmoor. It is one of my favourite maps, and we get confirmation that all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, even though we had a rather troublesome guard to deal with. We've met all of our objectives, and we get our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.